so when you stand up, you kind of overcorrecting backwards here, and then that happens. So let's do the easiest fix first. You're going to put your hands behind you like that. Now just watch, if I just push my thumbs down, see my ribs lift? So you're looking to correct this, you want the ribs to come up first.
Okay.
All right? We can do a month. Yeah.
So keep it kind of
So,
short.
Cam, the camera and the microphone are over here.
Okay. Go straight line.
Straight.
Yeah. Don't put any force in them yet. Push your armpits down. There. Okay. And now just push your thumbs down and breathe in. Now twist your elbows inward and breathe in. Okay. Drop the strap. I'll take it. There, you feel the difference there?
Yeah.
So I can show you how to do that in the saddle. But basically what's happened, and this is I think a real common problem, the center of your armpit is
Face this way.
the center of the armpit is living behind the center of the hip socket. And then that makes the upper body go, that makes that kind of come up on top. So, strap kind of narrow, right just below your collarbone.
Right about here.
Elbows in tight.
Kept, kind of just, and I
Push your
kept
elbows
leaning
down.
forward and leaning forward,
There.
and I was going like
Now
crazy,
push your
and
knees together and breathe in. Now when you breathe out, just pull your knees back. Feel that torque between your shoulder blades?
Yep.
Now release, just hold the strap.
I could go like that, and that mule was like,
Feel the length and lift there? So for right now, let's just get you back up on your horse and see if you can feel a difference, and we'll do that, we'll do that on this. There. Soften your lips. See, feel okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you notice you feel like your sternum's a little forward?
Yeah.
So why don't you just do a little walk or whatever you want to do. Just think, I want to keep this forward. I want to keep the false ribs coming back to there.
Okay.
Okay? Your lips. You feel how your seat is moving? How does that feel?
that feels good.
Excellent.
Feels different.
So, here, come up here a second. Let me explain the anatomy here. If I were a horse, you'd call this my barrel.
Yeah.
Human ribs, called true ribs and false. True ribs are the first 7 because they connect to the breastbone. The false ribs are the ones that come out of the cartilaginous branch here. They have an enormous range of motion.
Okay.
What happened with your hands being forward, the bicep and the pec make that happen. So you're thinking, I'm working my core, but you're pulling this narrow.
Narrow instead of going out.
Now, if I make a little contact gesture here, and then watch my ribs, I'm just going to smile. Now take my smile away because I'm not selling a car, and see how this stays up. What I've noticed with many people when they ride, their lips get just a little tight. And when your lips are tight, you'll start to elevate the arm bone and roll a little bit. So let's do one last thing, and one other thing. Just keep one hand on your reins, bring one hand back, and itch that little bone behind your ear.
Yeah.
Okay? Just itch there a little bit. Now, try to pull this bone up away from your finger as you point your nose down. Oh, beautiful. Then just go a little walk around a little bit. Yeah, it's the picture that does the work. It's not stress and strain. So, Bonnie, what we're trying to do is make space between the joints. So when the horse is split hips, the seat bone drops down to the side. Just part your lips a little more. Drop that lower lip. There we go. Yeah. just getting better and better. It also looks like he's getting more motion from the hindquarters.
Yeah, I can feel the hindquarters even more. Like sitting like that. Yeah.
Just put your thumb there a second. Take your thumb in so you got a skin contact.
Okay.
Okay. Breathe in. Close your eyes. Just imagine when you exhale, this bone is just dropping away from the middle. Close your eyes. Just think the ankle's dropping away. There. See that actually consistent? Go around a little bit.
Filming one leg done?
Yeah. Just want to see if you've noticed a difference.
My horse can be like, one hip is different than the other.
Wow. Oh gosh, look at that difference in the hip.
I feel like my right hip is moving more than my left hip.
Yes.
And now my left is cramping.
Okay, then we'll fix it. The reason I did this is the biggest fascial band in the body is this one.
This
It's
one. Yeah.
called the iliotibial band, but it's really the extension of the Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon is powerful tendon, ligamentous band, whatever you want to call it. So when we let this go, the entire psoas assembly from here up to here just went, oh, I'm long and loose. That's why we saw much
So
more.
literally, you just push him right there. Right here.
Yeah, what you're doing is you're establishing a fascial contact, not a force.
Yeah.
Okay, so just wiggle your thumb there a little bit. Soften your lips, close your eyes. Now just imagine the thigh bone is dropping away from that. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now, it's gonna itch right under the lateral malleolus, the bottom of the fibula. Itch, 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 itch. Breathe in. Now just imagine this is just dropping down. That's all beautiful. Okay, let those pictures stay in your mind and walk out a second. See what you got. So that's kind of like the hips of the horse are driving the hips of the rider. You feel that engagement?
Yeah, and I actually feel like my horse is like using her shoulder a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what? That just put me really a lot deeper in the seat.
I could see that, yeah.
Yeah, that feels a lot more secure.
So you notice we didn't use force, we used a picture in the mind.
That
But what I
feels a
want to
lot
point
more
out is,
secure on this horse, because I always feel like I'm hovering on her.
yeah,
And
that's,
like, I don't know if it's like her dippy, like the shape of her back, but it's really hard for me to get a good seat position on this horse.
okay, what
I
I
feel
think, with all due respect, is it's this tendency to roll back from the lower ribs and then make up for the backward dump by this forward. And so what's happening is you're kind of banging the seat down in the spine.
Yeah.
When you come a little, watch my ribs here. If I just lean a little forward, all I'm going to do is lean. You're going to see the lower ribs climb. Now, if I lean back a little, you're going to see them grip. And when this
So
grips,
I need to think like pull a string out through here.
yeah, up a little, like say you
Like
say
at
you're
an
getting pulled
angle.
about 45. And what you want, ideally, if they put one hand at the bottom of your breastbone.
Okay.
Okay, now just think you want to bring the top of the breastbone forward to that there, right there. Now that's when you like true perfect vertical right there. Now
Does it
because
look really like straight?
yeah, so because of the
Look at you.
because of the saddle and the horse, you're going to be rocking a little bit, but you want to think always forward impulsion through the sternal notch.
Forward. Okay.
Now just pause a second. Okay. Put one hand up there. Give a little itch at that spot. Now just think you're going to pull this spot up and forward. A little more. No, forward. You're going back.
Forward.
There. You feel that archy engagement right there? So notice when I asked you to go forward, you actually went backwards first.
Yes.
That's where the mirrors and etc. come in handy, but you know you're correct. When this goes forward, you get that beautiful engagement of the serratus posterior.
Okay. But it feels still flat, which is good, right? I mean, get a really good, like, side shot, because I want to see.
Oh yeah, and the facial muscles are completely soft, the occiput.
So that took all the stress out of my shoulders.
Okay, that's because you open up the thoracic outlet.
Okay, so this is your thoracic outlet.
Yeah, what that means is that's a control of the blood to the head and to the shoulder, arm, and fingers.
Okay.
So when you're a little forward, because you want to have a certain tendency, you're a little forward on top, the guts lift up. When the guts lift up, you're soft. If you're a little backward, the guts clamp down, and then you're doing this with the ribs, thinking you're going with the horse, but you're just crunching your spine to death. So what you felt about the seat kind of getting, like almost softening into the.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
That's what you want.
That's fun. So pause a second, because you're very fit and you ride a lot, but this is completely different arrangement of muscles. So this is an experiment.
Okay.
What I'm seeing is the motion from the impulsion of the horse's hoof is making your just go. You're going back like this and kind of rock forward. So just take one pinky and scrape under the rib right there.
All rib?
Just one, just one side.
Okay.
Okay. Hold the reins again. Then what I want you to do is think of pulling back here first. Just try, okay, see what happens as your horse is moving. When you feel like you're rocking back, then pull back here, and that'll bring you forward.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. A little weird, but okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Here, pause a second. You know, you're not supposed to get it perfect the first time I show you.
Well, it makes sense to me.
Wonderful.
And then the horse, so that's what Carolyn's been trying to get me to do, I think, and I just able, I didn't know. Just said don't lean back, and I'm like, oh. Horseback then.
And just feel a correlation between the lower rib and the corner of your lip.
Okay, so what do I do with my lip? It goes like that?
Okay,
It goes like,
let's do this. Put the tip of your tongue. Now just press the tip of your tongue slightly backwards. And you feel the ribs lift up when you do that?
oh yeah, it's like a horse.
Yes, just like a horse. Okay, experiment with that idea.
Okay.
So you feel that nice motion down there? Mm-hmm. You notice it's resilient, it's not collapsing.
Yeah.
Okay.
The principle I think is at work here is you often see this motion here.
Yeah.
So what you're doing now is rebounding with your horse instead of collapsing with your horse. So collapse feels like relax, but collapse doesn't rebound. So you want your energy to rebound through your seat, but through the horse's hoof too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your horse going, oh, dead leg, and it's like, oh, you mean we bounce off the ground? Yeah, we bounce off the ground. So bouncing the human skeleton, the idea starts here.
Okay.
And when you're upright, it's down through your feet. When you're sitting, it's from the earlobe, armpit, trochanter, seat bones, ankles. Those are the heavy spots in the body, so I let them drive down. My body just bounces. Now look, if I lean back just a little, I have to swing and drop my leg. That's a relaxed what I call a dead walk, because I'm just dead weight. If I lengthen my pole and bring the sternum a little forward, open my barrel, I have an automatic bouncy walk. Thus no ache or pain in the rider or the horse afterwards. So because you're teaching people, many people will collapse thinking it's relaxed. No, collapse is never a signal of energy expression. It's not knowing what to do, so I think I'll do nothing. This force here.
Yeah. Wow.
So you notice when we put force here, you get more feel here.
I did notice that. I got more, like, I could totally, but she also, like, brought her legs up underneath her more.
To me, it looked like your seat bones were sinking right down into the horse.
Which is so weird, because when they say, like, get your butt in, like, we all want to go like this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because then you're trying to do something with the butt locally. When you move the ribs, you affect the entire nervous system just like that. Because that's 24 intersections really with your spinal cord.
And then I want to think that.
Yes.
So when I teach people this, go like that, and then instead of lean back, just go down a little bit, right? I just want to reiterate this so I remember.
Couple things.
Yeah.
Wide.
Wide.
Then the
Okay.
corners pull slightly back there. Now,
There.
to come a titch forward. Okay. Then you just let the trochanter slide out of the hip socket, and you let the ankle bone slide down into the heel.
Yeah.
And so when you teach us, tell them, picture it, don't try to do it.
Oh, I stuck out my rubber.
Well, that's really quite lovely.
Yeah, it looks like I went to like a really fancy trainer day. Now my body just wants to do it. Yay! Like now I'm not thinking about it anymore.
Really? Wow.
Where before, like I was thinking about it, I'm just doing. Well, hopefully I'm doing it right.
Your right armpit. So push your left hand up into your right armpit.
Okay.
Now shrug your right shoulder up. Take a big breath in, then when you exhale, just drop the right armpit and the right elbow down. Open your mouth, soften your lips. Come a tiny bit forward. Now let your elbow drop. There. Come a hair forward. That's it. Notice there's no spasm in the bicep. Now hold on. Hold this a second. Let me check the other side.
Yeah, there's a little spasm.
Okay, so I'm going to pretend I'm your fingers.
Okay.
So, shrug your shoulder up. Relax your lips. Now just drop your armpit down. Lean a little forward, part your, now just let the elbow drop. There. No spasm. So what I'm thinking is when you're thinking of like driving, drive down to the armpit and smile a tiny bit. Okay. Keep your lips, you don't want the upper lip and lower lip to touch. Actually, just rest the tip of your tongue on the inner surface of your lower lip, and it should take care of everything.
And then your body will just kind of do it, and
Yes.
then you just have to have a soft lower lip.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Very nice.
Yeah, now my horse is more springy, huh?
So what made it more springy was when you're pushing down, that makes rebound. Raise your eyes just a little, please. Oh, yeah, night and day.
Oh, that feels good. That feels really good. And then I didn't lean back in that stop. And I always, that's something that's hard on this horse with me.
So what we're doing is there's lots of nerves in the armpit.
Okay.
So when you take them out of this tension pattern and you release them, then they come down and they go that far, and then if you soften your jaw, watch the shoulder drop. See, you were tending to, the moment you went to post, you went a little like this.
Yes.
So the weight of the arm is heavy here and heavy there. So I'm going to irritate this up and pull up. So I'm exhausting the muscles that make me tense right now. Now I'm going to let them drop. Now I'm going to soften my lip and exhale. See the arm drop way down?
Yeah.
And all this stretching. Now look, I've just did one arm for one reason. Watch this arm move when I walk now. See, my right arm's taking me for a walk.
Yeah.
Now that's a 70-year-old arm. It doesn't look that old,
And
does
so,
it?
yeah, my biceps are all really soft now.
Yeah.
So when I'm off the horse, I can do that same armpit thing, and it's going to
Yes.
release my. Okay, because I really needed that last night.
Yeah.
So that's from my shoeing, though, right?
Yes. Also, it's a bit from your kind of a lip focuser. You kind of tense your, yeah.
I'm a lip focused. My horse is too. So,
You know, I used to
Her
live
and
in
Eli.
Marin County, and every now and then somebody from Los Angeles would come up, and a lot of them back and then they'd wear a shirt would say on it, "Better dead than mellow." You know, it's like I don't have a mellow vibration.
yeah.
I'm like, so if you're kind of wound up and passionate, learn to be soft inside your focus. That way you don't mistake tension for focus. Tension is actually not really knowing what you're doing, just thinking you got to do more.
Yeah.
Very good.
And this horse is harder to ride than most. I wish I knew why. I mean, other than like, I don't know if her shape it is or just her.
Now that's a serratus posterior inferior.
Serratus posterior inferior. I
Yes.
will never remember that.
Okay, that's the muscle that when you wear a brassiere, it goes dead.
Oh.
And that muscle, when it engages, pushes the sternum up and forward and pulls the bottom of the false ribs back. But that can be working, but if my chin comes up and forward, it collapses again. Okay,
So
so
if my chin comes up and forward,
it collapses.
yeah, you can't
Yeah.
be up. So it needs to go up, nose down. Yeah, okay.
So think
Until-
of bringing these to here, and then you
Yeah.
think of bringing these to there.
Phone's going off again.
Now make these two spots rise forward up to here. A little more forward. Yeah!
Wow. Who is trying to get a hold of me?
See if we can